What's going on? This is the Broke Genius, and welcome to the life of a broke genius. Welcome to my channel.
What's going on? So today I am going to pull up some archives as far as what my video I did last year. I think it was either last year or the year before last, where I was talking about male hierarchy. So to not go really long on what the video was about last year, as far as the alpha masters and beta masters. Uh, Basically, a long time ago, people kind of had this argument that why? Well, we know we have alphas, we know we have betas, and so on. But why would be someone like Bill Gates able to be so rich and powerful, and you have somebody that's a weightlifter in the gym could probably pick him up, probably with one hand, uh, and toss them around or whatever. How can someone like that, be above many men that are physically strong, probably even more appealing to women? And nobody really, could. This was something that was debated like back in about 2016, 2017. I'm sure it was debated before then, but we used to talk about it in the BGS Coliseum days, where it was nobody really could explain it. Even at the time, I really didn't have the response that I do now. Um, it's just it was something that came to me in an aha moment, because a lot of times I just it takes me some time to, not all the time I could figure out everything, obviously, but sometimes I figure things out and I come up with my own theory. And this is one of those theories that I'm going to be talking about now, um, that I talked about last year as well, where it explains why someone that is, even being a beta male, um, has a higher position than, let's just say, a basic alpha male. And then it helps. And the question is, why is this theory important? Why is this theory important? And I'm not gonna go. This is definitely not gonna be a long video. I'm gonna get right into it as far as my theory and explaining it as well. So let me um, let me basically hold on for one moment. So basically, a beta master is basically someone, okay, for example, you just have a regular beta male, someone that's, kind of, let's just say, on the nerdy side or geeky side, or even I talk about as well other male hierarchies, which is theta, zeta, which is like a bum on the street, um, and omega, which is someone that's just a general person, just kind of an in between guy. He's not a bum on the street, but he's probably more closer to that than being an actual beta male. Then you have sigma males, which is can go in between the low and the high, which would be alpha. And then you have just beta males. Just a lot of times people even get offended when people call someone a beta male. I mean, of course, I got the joke from Jesse Lee Peterson as far as the whole beta, when he says beta. But the thing is that it's not necessarily offensive if you really know the dynamic. Most people don't understand the dynamic of a beta male. Beta male is not a loser. He's not, someone that is the worst. It's not the worst thing that can get called. The worst thing that probably can get called is is just worse than a beta male is somebody call you an omega male and or even worse, I mean, zeta male. Somebody calling you a zeta male, they're saying you basically are a bum, a bum on the street, basically living off of the land, living off, the kindness of strangers. I mean, that's literally like the low of society. So being a beta male is actually you are a functional male. You might not be as physical as a quote unquote alpha. You are, not necessarily that appealing to most women, but you are, pretty much doing well in life. You probably even are the lead in maybe a job role that you have, or you're an expert maybe in a field. You have a decent lifestyle, such as you have a place to live, you have money in the bank, you're basically doing exceptionally well. That's not nothing to be ashamed about. Like that's most men are, in that category. A lot of people are actually not in that category as well. They're in the worst shape in their actual life. So with that being said, you also have a situation where you can be in a higher position. And this is where a lot of people kind of jump off the cliff. And what I mean by them jumping off the cliff is they'll have the nuance of generally that, okay, I just try to be as best as I can, be this alpha male, right? Let's just say you work out at the gym every single day. You're buff, you're strong, you read some books even, you be the best person you could possibly be. But then you find yourself, whether you work in an office, whether you work in a factory, uh, having somebody come up to you that don't even do push-ups, might even be fat, uh, and that is your supervisor. And you're like, well, he tells you you got to go lift 15 pallets. You got to go lift those 15 pallets. You may be 6'3", 225 pounds, all muscle. I mean, you got women, you got a harem of women. You drive a nice car. You live in a decent place or apartment or whatever. You might even be in debt because that's why you work. You really don't have a lot of money. Most people are financially challenged in America. So you have to respond to this guy who's your supervisor. You might even have a supervisor that's a female, and does that necessarily fully make you an alpha? You are still an alpha, it may be in that regard, but you're not in a position of being a master of yourself, a true master or alpha master. Because here's the thing, like for example, even me, I'm ex-military. I'm trained in jujitsu. I also know how to box a little bit. I wrestled in high school, my freshman and sophomore year. I'm a badass boy. I mean, I've even been on the other side of a jail cell and actually lived to tell about it a couple times. I mean, I've been in situations, in life where I had to actually be mentally tough and physically tough. But at the end of the day, I work around people that I can just do all kind of damage to them, but those people are way above my pay grade. I mean, they could make one email and I'm gone. I mean, they could literally make one phone call, one email, and I'll have to find another job. Okay. and they might even look like wimps, you know. Sometimes that could be a situation where somebody looks like a wimp, but they're not really. You know, you got people that are trained in fighting skills and stuff like that. But the thing is that needless to say, you might be leaving opportunity on the table or be hitting a brick wall just being like, oh, I'm alpha. I'm an alpha dude, you know. I'm a big Bailey badass. Can't nobody tell me nothing, you know. And you, at the end of the day, when you go to sleep after you have sex with your girl, and you wake up, getting on your clothes, you getting on your shoes and your clothes, because most people don't have a business, and especially black people, they don't have a thriving business, right? You have to go to work for somebody, right? And it's usually a white company. Let's just face it. Let's just let's just bite the nails, right? Let's chew on the nails of reality. And you, in that case, being Billy Badass, you're going to go work for a company. Let's just say your manager is actually even a woman. You know, I mean, you got a bunch of supervisors that are women, obviously above you. Well, you can't say what you said to your homies or somebody at the club last night. I'm a Billy badass and can't nobody tell me nothing. I'll whoop your ass. You can't say that at that job, and you know you can't say it. So, are you an alpha at your job? That's the question that I have to ask. And then also, okay, are you an alpha when you clock out, or are you an alpha at your job? Are you saying the same things at your job that you said at the club or at the pool hall? You know, most cases, no, right? You're not. So this actual variances of drilling down into this male hierarchy explains this. So as this reads here, what is a beta master? Okay. I know it sounds funny, like almost like masturbator, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Um, the first passage says it has a large influence and power to affect others and environments. Okay, so you just say roughly like just if you look at a company CEO, average company CEO, like I mean, basically, let's just say Facebook or Meta, right? I mean, I said Charles, but Mark Zuckerberg, you probably could, most guys could probably take Mark, right? He could, you could, if you were in a ring with Mark Zuckerberg, you could probably take him, right? Most guys that athletic, I could probably take Mark, right? Let's just say it. And the sense of that, as far as being physical and everything like that, yeah, I could take Mark, but Mark, first of all, I probably wouldn't even be able to get around Mark, right? He's probably most likely has corporate security, right? Corporate security detail, and obviously a lot of influence, a lot of power and influence. He actually has a lot of influence, as it states, as far as the environments. He's creating a whole metaverse, and even before that, the whole debate. I mean, a lot of people complain about being kicked off of Facebook for a period of time because they posted something or was arguing with somebody. He legit, like, I know this is cracking him up. He putting grown ass people on timeout from his own platform for a period of a day, 24, a week, 30 days. I mean, where they can't post anything, you know. I mean, that is that is some powerful stuff, right? I mean, and then not only that, he lives in Hawaii. He actually bought up a whole bunch of land, bought up even his neighbors' land and stuff like that in Hawaii. I mean, this guy is just a regular dude. Like, he's not no strong bodybuilder, six pack chisel abs, lifting 280 pound, you know, 5 times in a row. Like, just a regular kind of nerdy dude, right? But he has that much power and influence. How would you explain that? How would somebody else, explain this, right? And it's like, people kind of go into the whole sexual conquest debate, right? Yes, I get I talk about animal hierarchy. I talk about, wolf packs, the alpha, the beta, the Charlie, the Delta, they have all of that in the wolf pack. But at the end of the day, we are not wolves. We're not animals, as far as in the sense of, we just got to go live in the forest and in school and survive and all of that. I mean, we're animals in the sense that, yeah, we're mammals and this, that, and the third, but we're humans, which are higher beings in the sense that we can think, we can influence other people, form large, massive social groups, invent rocket ships and all kind of different scientific endeavors, right? So just the sex alone, it does not break you. You could go have an orgy with 15 women, and you work at UPS. You got to go to work the next day and clock in and throw packages on the conveyor belt for what, $15 an hour. I mean, yeah, the night before, yeah, you were the alpha of all alphas, right? But you got to go clock into work the next day. Are you an alpha at the UPS depot, putting in putting packages on a belt? Or are you just an alpha when you clock out and get in your car that you got a car payment on, most likely, as well? Or it's a hoopty that's 15 years old. I mean, these are all questions that I would love to get an answer from, because everything basically boils around how much sex you can get and how much women actually like to have sex with you. I mean, yeah, like I say, if we were just animals, it was no human comprehension. Technically, I wouldn't even be able to do a video. It wouldn't be no internet. It wouldn't be no advanced technology. We would just be all, wearing sheepskins and buffalo hides and just trying to basically uh, survive day to day in like hunter gatherer society. But unfortunately, that is the case. That is not the case. That you know everything can just basically derive around sexual intercourse and the access of sexual intercourse. I mean, here's the thing. If it was, I would be okay with that. I do okay as far as women and all of that. But the thing is that even if you do okay with women, or you do average, or whatever the case may be, you do well with women. If you are okay with that and satisfied with that, and then all of a sudden you have massive amounts of debt. You 100% reliant on your job. You have no savings. If you lost your job the next day, you're toast. And not only even at your job, you're below the actual corporate structure to a sense that let's say you work in the mail room. I mean, let's say you even a janitor. You're a corporate janitor, right? But you're an alpha, you strong dude, right? Well, you know, you got to clean the shit off of the most nerdiest fat slob executive or corporate worker that works for the company. And you basically are happy the fact that you listen to some people tell you that you are a sexual, alpha creature that, lifts 400 pounds and plates and, you know, you know, able to have ample amounts of sex with said women, and you left opportunity on the table by feeding into that. you know what's going on. Yeah, I'm cooking. I see you commented more, so I can gauge my content about how often you comment. I'm really cooking if you ask for the link. Shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, you leave an opportunity on the table, in my opinion, if you just okay with the whole sexual conquest or sexual contest of life. You look at life as a sexual contest. In a sense, yeah, as animals, as beings, we do below on the chart of Maslow's theory of needs. It says sex. People don't really understand why it says sex. Yeah, you need, if you don't have sex and procreate, you literally have nothing else to carry on. your your DNA type just pretty much closes out once you die. I mean, it is to a certain extent. People that went over a lot of people's heads. But at the end of the day, as far as day to day life, you living your life, you leaving a lot of opportunity on the table if you just looking at it like that. Because basically, I mean, I could tell you, it sucks, man, to actually have to get in your car, go to work for somebody else because you just never really could crack opportunity on his head to get yourself to be to a point where, like, let's just say you are alpha. You have a lot of attributes that are alpha. I'm gonna tell you, as somebody like that, it kind of is like really, really humbling, man, to actually have to uh get in your car and go drive, go do all these things for somebody else, not you getting your car to open your office up to run your company, um even to be the like CFO or something like that, to have a boss like basically what uh Dame Dash was saying. He was explaining to the Breakfast Club. I think forgot his name, DJ something. Not it was DJ Envy. He was explaining to him, like, you own this company or you work here? And he explained, like, he had, he was kind of going back and forth, and he was, trying to cap as hard as he could, but he really couldn't. He had to basically, concede that, yeah, he got to go to work. His children can't work for the company. If he don't show up, he gonna get fired because he works for somebody else. He's not a boss of that company. He has a manager and so on and so forth. So it's like basically like that. Like, for most people have some type of manager or whatever that basically is a beta master. and, and when I came up with this theory, it really explains a lot of this shit that people really don't really talk about. They don't talk about this shit because it's too much in depth because when you going into power and control, and also, you know, academics, intelligence, you know, philosophy, all kind of things that really a lot of people, like for example, shout out to Ron Wills. He really, I can't, I stumbled upon a video uh years ago that he did. It was called the types of people. There's three types of people. You got the herd, which is you know, the lower men, the average man. Everyone pretty much follows the herd. Then you have the exceptional man, and then you have the guru. Most people are following the herd. You know, they follow what everybody else doing, what everybody else is saying, and you know that is what most of, you know, everybody follows, right? And then you have the exceptional man, which the man is, he, you know, that understands, I need to separate from this herd here. You know, everybody doing the same thing, talking about the same thing. I need to separate from them and do my own thing and try to be a higher self, higher being. And then you have the guru, which is in a class of his own. Uh, they're, you know, basically setting the tone for their own type of, you know, way in life, and has, you know, higher self, their higher intelligence, and so on and so forth. Like, that's really what it boils down to when you talk, when I'm talking about this, because like I say, it's a humbling experience for most people. You know, I mean, a lot of younger people that's listening to this, if you listen to it now, or whether it be on the playback, when you get 40 and 50 years old and 60 years old, and you have to, you know, you basically working around people that are younger than you after a certain point, and you definitely going to be working around women that are your literally boss. They're your boss. They're your supervisors, and you know they even might even be younger than you in most cases. Right, once you get to a certain age bracket, and it's all based off of you kind of thinking that you are okay, thinking that you know you even more than what you are, and not trying to actually be that person, not starting a business for yourself, actually one, because that's the only way you could really do that. If you start your own business and you actually take it very, very serious, it's very difficult. I'm gonna tell you, having a business versus a job is a totally different ball game. I mean, you know, I can go in, that's a video by itself. You know, it's just not easy. That's why most people don't do it. Most people don't even start it because they kind of somewhat know it's difficult, you know. So it's like basically, when it boils down to it, you go from what, 20 to, next thing you know, you 40 years old, you got debt, you doing okay, but you still work a job. Like you still gotta go in. You know, you late for work all the time. You know, you tired because you gotta go into this job. That is the reason you gotta go do that, is because you was listening to a lot of people that's kind of somewhat telling you that you either gotta be a Billy badass, or you gotta do this or say this, or you listen to people talking about whatever they talking about, which is a waste of time. And then next thing you know, time is just going. It's steady ticking. You know, it's valuable commodity you have in life. And then next thing you know, you 40 years old, man. You gotta clock in, and you gotta answer the first email that you get, and it's your boss. And it's some female that you probably never even seen before, halfway across the country, that is literally your boss and a whole bunch of other people's bosses too. of a various of degrees or whatever, a separation, whether it be she's the higher executive or the lead executive. And you got a whole bunch of executives that's part of her team. It's like, dude, this all is the culmination of you just really didn't understand. And it's all right. It's all right. I mean, um, you know, a lot of people talk about the boomers and the Gen X and this and others. I mean, at the end of the day, you can. It don't matter. It don't matter who's saying it. Is the message true or not? That's the only question that you pretty much should ask yourself. But I'm gonna tell you, it's people that are already, understanding this. I mean, white people a lot of times act like they're dumb, act like they're retarded, but they really just playing that shit. Because at the end of the day, like I say, you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. You think you so Billy Badass. A lot of guys be in the hood. They be thinking they so Billy Badass, but they come out the hood and they sticking out like a sore thumb. They gotta go to work. Like I say, they gotta clock in, and deep down in their mind, they hate their boss. But they can't say nothing. But in the club, they was ready to fight, or they might even already was fighting outside. They had to get kicked out the club and take it to the streets. But when they get in their office, ain't all that alpha shit, all that other shit is thrown out the window because they got a whole bunch of people that they know they can whoop, but they can't because they need their job. And then, of course, obviously, you don't want to get a record or arrested, especially in no job. You know what I'm saying? So, moving along, they're not physically strong as far as beta masters. They're not physically strong, just like a beta male or whatever. They're not physically strong and may even be socially awkward with women and men outside the environment of business. I mean, I like I said, I work around people that act like dweebs. They're dweebs, man. But I'm sure they make probably $200,000 a year, and that's just a middle manager. That's not even a higher level exec. Just a middle manager making over $100,000 a year. And of course they have to respond to this, a corporate management chain or whatever. But these guys, man, like I say, I'm just a contractor. I mean, I'm a subcontractor at that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at the end of the day, I broke this all down and I really, really looked at it, and it explains a lot of missing parts to this whole male hierarchy thing, that a lot of people don't even break down. But I'm definitely I did another video about this last year where I explained it. I'm gonna talk about it again, because I'm just compelled to definitely talk about it because it's just a reminder. A lot of times I go through my videos and I see, damn, okay, wow. Sometimes I just sit back sometimes and I just kind of like I amaze myself. And a lot of times, I mean, I'm doing things. I got a lot of do-it-yourself videos because I challenge people to not just be a shit talker, to actually be a shower as well. I mean, I definitely try to show as well. I don't just be talking shit. You know, but at the end of the day, like I say, this definitely kind of explains a lot to where, like I say, you leaving a lot of self-improvement on the table, or even challenges as far as challenging yourself, outside the weight room, outside the bedroom, when you actually think about it like, damn, well, Mark is a dweeb. I could take him, but he worth like $60 billion, $100 billion. I don't know. I lost count after probably the first billion, you know.
So, yeah, moving along. Um, yeah, they socially awkward. They um, are not really even in the business world, or outside the business world. As soon as they get off their job, you know, they might be they're socially awkward talking to people and stuff like that. Uh, that's why a lot of times these guys go ballistic. You ever see those videos where you see the male Karens, the one dude that threw some coffee, or he got into it with some chicks that work in a coffee shop? It's because inside their job, they know they own, they damn near like gods at their job, right? Because they're on a higher level, right, than everybody else. But in a coffee shop, the people that work at you know coffee shops or just retail or whatever, and restaurants, man, they don't care about nobody damn near. They don't like their job. They don't really want to be there. I mean, they don't care who you are. They don't even know who you are when you come in there. So it's like he was used to being catered to with his job, and having all these assistants doing everything for him, managers, lower managers, all these people doing shit for him. But so he go in the coffee shop, he expect that same treatment. No, probably even worse treatment. A lot of these restaurants, they treat you like dog crap, man, make you not even want to come back in there. And in a lot of cases, not even go back in there at all. And he just, went nuclear because like I say, he was used to being treated a certain way, you know. And it's like, yeah, I mean, these people are traditionally just socially awkward outside their little world or whatever, their bubble that they're in. Not really sexually appealing, like I say. I mean, just basically same stuff as just like a average beta male, not sexually appealing. Just wear some Banana Republic. You say hitman. He want to break a sweat. I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, like these guys, man, are not really sexually appealing, man. I mean, they wearing Banana Republics with just some regular, I don't know, regular shoes, just regular collar shirt. I mean, don't get me wrong; those are appealing to a certain category of women that are smart, or women that are like kind of like in that same realm. They understand men like that, and certain women are actually, they kind of get smart later in life or whatever, or they even they pursue. It's a certain niche group of women that actually would be okay with men like that, or even look for men like that, right? But most women are not. They don't really appeal to um, men like that, or even just a regular t-shirt, some Airwatch shoes, and some jeans. Just real bland. Kind of looking like dude from Napoleon Dynamite, right? They're not sexually appealing, but has over $100 million in his bank account, new startup, just got a round of funding, $250 million worth of funding. I mean, you wouldn't know this person because they ain't really up, they ain't on Forbes list and stuff like that, and have already 100 employees. I mean, these are the type of people that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not that many people that are on this level as well. That's another thing. It's just not that many people. But these people, they're on a higher level than a dude, a regular alpha male, and of course a regular beta male. They're just on a higher level. A lot of people don't get that. And that's probably the hardest part about this argument. A lot of people wouldn't agree with. Because it just they don't agree with it for whatever reason. But I definitely, I definitely see it, and this video definitely will be a blueprint to break that down, because thing is that when I really looked at it, these guys are on a higher level than, I don't care who you like, the strongest dude in the weight room, the dude that could lift 350, got chiseled abs, 5% body fat, can run 100 miles, 100 yard sprint less than 6 seconds or something like that, whatever. Got women, lined up left and right. They turning women down and getting so many women. It just, that the same guy, it goes back. A lot of things. That's what I'm trying to say is, it goes back to economics. It goes back to how much economic power you actually have. Do you have enough economic power to start a company, run a company, network with the right people to get that company off the ground, hire the right people, get the right people on your organization, all of that type of stuff, to actually, okay, like I'm saying, I haven't gotten to yet, but be that alpha master. If you not that, I'm just saying, most people are not, including myself. And like I say, I work around people, man. I mean, like I say, these people are dweebs, man. But they got way more money than I got. I'm sure they do. They might have some debt, obviously. I mean, you don't know what somebody has as far as their balance sheet, but I'm pretty certain I probably make 3, 4, 5 times what I make. Might even be more than that. But the thing is, man, these people are above my pay grade, definitely, and my station in life. I mean, and the thing is that, yeah, there you can't explain how some dude that's a dweeb has 50 people coming in their job, 5,000 people, 500,000 people, 50,000 people coming to their job, and they gotta show up to work, or they gonna get fired. All walks of life, alpha, beta, whatever. You can't explain that. Okay, he said, if nerds with money get checked, if the nerds with money get checked. Oh yeah. I mean, that's why, like, a lot of people don't come to certain places. They don't go to gas stations in the hood. They stay in their own little bubble. They get used to it. Like, they probably have a nightmare about a car breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I'm just saying, like, these people in a certain environment, in the environment of economics and finance, that's where a lot of this comes to play. If we was hunter gatherers back in, okay, I'm definitely gonna do a video on society and the evolution of society from hunter gatherers to now. That's in the pipeline. But the thing is that, yeah, hunter gatherer society, yeah, if it was like that, I mean, you whoever got the strongest club, the strongest punch, the strongest of the strongest, those are the people that are with that debate as far as the whole alpha thing and beta and whatever, that would be valid. But that was a million years ago, 100,000 to a million years ago. Society has progressed into basically financial fiat currency and capital. I mean, capitalism is made the society the way it is. And I'm saying, in the realm of capitalism, unfortunately, the beta alpha thing is some nuance to it, at this point. That's what I'm saying. And it just is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if it was hunter-gatherer society, it would be. I'm gonna play a video to explain what I'm saying because I'm talking. It's video time. All right, I got something to explain exactly what I'm talking about on my Facebook page. Yeah, it would. Let me play this video real quick because it explains exactly what I'm talking about, and I should have downloaded it, but I always try to think about what should I put on my video clips. It's definitely something that I thought about doing it. That's why you should always. I'm gonna say, man, you should always, for the most part, follow your first mind, even if you made a mistake. I mean, is you usually on point. A lot of times you contradict yourself, especially like if you a gambler. A lot of times you lose money contradicting your first thought. I mean, almost like without repetition. So I gotta go back into all of these videos and see this one video that explains exactly what I'm talking about as far as this hunter-gatherer, debate. So let me see here. I know it wasn't that far back, but I'm explain this one. You gonna appreciate this one. It's an old classic. I mean, you probably most likely have seen this before because this been on it's been all over social media. It's probably like at least probably 4 or 5 years old. Oh man. Let's see here. All right, I think I'm getting close. All right, let's see here. Yep. All right. All right. Yep, here we go. Here we go. So this explains everything. Hold on. Hold on. You probably heard it in the background. I don't know. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, in the context of hunter-gatherer society, this video that I'm about to show here is definitely something in the context of the whole general alpha beta scenario. So let me widen this up. All right, play this from the beginning.
Greek legend, master, chief, motherfucker, 6-star, concrete motherfucking general. Everything in here big me, nigga. You prepared to die for that pussy? I am. So get the fuck up out of here. Fuck you. Fuck your child, nigga. I'll bury you in that motherfucker. Now what you gonna do? I'm with it, nigga. I'm a goon. I'm giving you a pass. Get the fuck up off my motherfucking house. You know, a woman going through some shit. We going through some shit. So weird ass, you gonna get the fuck up off my house. This is an alpha male right here, nigga.
Yeah, so I mean that definitely explains the whole hunter-gatherer situation as far as okay, yeah. I mean, we understand the whole alpha beta debate when it comes to that situation there, but at the end of the day, that dude looked like he probably got out of jail. I think that dude got out of jail and his woman had already moved on to hold on. This would definitely be appropriate in this case. She had moved on to
Beta.
but the thing is that you know, he was the next man up. I mean, he got a baby by the chick. I mean, you know, the thing is that that guy, whoever how hard he was, he got to deal with society. He might be an alpha male in the sense of, yeah, he can tell somebody, you know, chin check somebody, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he got to get a job. He got to fit in society. He got to go to work. He got to work for somebody, or he got to make some money on his own within the context of society. You know, it's never without the context of society, unless you're some wise person. I mean, everybody need, like my grandfather, not my grandfather, but my uncle, my great uncle said, every millionaire has made $1 million, you know, with other people, basically supporting him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like you just make it out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the thing is, the dude, no matter how hard he is, he has to fit in society. He has to conform in society. Obviously, probably most likely, he has not been able to fit in society relatively well because he probably just got out of prison, just came off the prison yard. And the thing is that, yeah, I mean, in the context of, like I say, the general context, I mean, yeah, he would be more of the alpha in that scenario. But second he go to clock in at that warehouse, I don't care what he talking about. He got to suppress all of those alpha attributes and thought processes and all of that stuff. And like I say, the dweeb comes into him, just had a donut and some coffee, jelly belly and all. He got to respond to his manager telling him where to lift the boxes, where to take them, how many to stack, and all of that. And that's what I'm saying. It explains this whole beta master scenario. And moving along, he most likely is a millionaire or uber wealthy. In the case of a CEO, high level executive, business owner, entrepreneur, investor, you know, and like I say, just a general dude, just a regular guy, you know, not some strong dude, no super high level Jedi master, nothing, just regular dude. But he's an above position as far as in society, in the context of society, that he can hire and fire your ass. Okay. Usually has high levels of intelligence, business skills, etc. Basically, a lot of guys that are CEOs and stuff like that do have some type of high level of intelligence. Okay. That definitely does bode well. And in the context of the beta, the alpha master, basically same as above, yet is physically strong and not unappealing to women. You know, basically, it's like basically someone that is a physical specimen, but in the same position as like a CEO, high level executive, high level business owner, entrepreneur. You know, you might be definitely, if you just like take the vantage that I'm just gonna be this general dude, not work on my higher self and not tap into that inner beta and try to be to try to be above that high level beta, you might be that dude that be talking about I'm an alpha and I'm a this and I'm a that, you know, at the age of whatever, 35, 40 years old and broke as hell, you know, because because you thought just being an alpha was it. That's all I'm trying to say today. That's the general synopsis of my theory as far as what I came up with this whole alpha beta scenario, as far as alpha and beta masters. Okay. Like I say, this is in the sense of helping you self-improve. This is self-improvement talk as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be basically setting yourself up short by not self-improving and outside of the weight room, outside of the bedroom, by just basically just thinking that's okay. And then you got debt, you barely can pay your bills without your job, just being just mediocre in life outside the gym, outside the bedroom. And then you got bosses that's, little petite females that's about 5'5", probably weigh $120, telling you what to do. That ain't alpha, bro. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's not real. That's not as alpha as you can be. That's all I'm trying to say.
Sending new chicken wraps.
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, fresh dressing wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken, wrapped up in.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Yeah. Beta!
Message.